How do you do, y'all? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button, all that stuff. If you want to watch me do more stupid things to my bikes and RVs and this, that, and the other. If you're a returning viewer, I love you. Like, deep in my pants. All right, so I got contacted. Actually, channels get contacted every day. I've made a joke before about saying yes to everything. Like Yes Man, the movie with Jim Carrey. Like, literally every ridiculous product you're offered. Yes, I will take it and review it. I get offered dish towels, egg timers. These are all things that I've legitimately gotten like emails going, would you like to try our $1.99 egg timer? Boy, would I, but I'm not going to try it for what you think I'm going to try it for. I'll find something else. Can I chug whiskey for 2 minutes straight? You know, something like that. But every once in a while, you get an email that get me. You're like, I really want that. So I got a contact the other day from a company named Goldenmate, right? So they email and they say like, oh, do you have an electric golf cart? That's actually where they reached out. They said, your golf cart's now at 4 years old. I actually knew that from like going back 3 years old, going back in videos. And they're like, yeah, but mine's gas. And I said, oh, well, we make batteries. We're going to offer you new golf cart batteries. And I was like, oh, okay. And I still go to the website because I'm like, oh, that's cool. That stuff just always intrigues me. And they had something else. And I was like, it's not golf cart, but would you maybe want to flip me one of these? And I would be ever so grateful. And they were like, I don't care if that's what you want. So we got a thing. So those of you out there that are RVers, right? So we take our RV to rallies and stuff, but that's not all we do with it. It's also the family camper. So I have a 2020, yes, Heartland Fuel 305, 36-foot travel trailer toy hauler. Way too big to be a travel trailer, in my professional medical opinion. My family's had RVs since my childhood. My grandparents had a Class C motorhome, a couple other campers in the family. Dad had a Class A. Now he's got a fifth wheel toy hauler. And so I've been around campers a lot. My first one of my own was this one that I bought in 2020. And boy, have I learned a lot of little things. For example, do not step on the drain in the shower. It will snap the P-trap underneath and cause a flood. That's a thing because most of the factories forget to reinforce them. It's a real problem. The other thing is batteries. Batteries are a thing. So quick rundown. I promise it'll be quick. RVs have two electrical systems. They have a 110 system, 110 volt, which is your TV, your microwave, your air conditioner, all that stuff. That is run, let's see, three ways. Either shore power, it can be 30 or 50 amp. Shore power, which is a pole next to your campsite. You plug in a giant cable and plugs into the rig, and there's your electricity. Generator, if you have one. Mine is a built-in generator, but if not, then you might run an external one. Or the third one will be an inverter. So that's when you take giant battery banks, and there's an inverter that runs it, you know, flips the 12 volt to 110. That's above my pay grade. I have a one-way inverter that takes 110 to 12 and all that stuff. Anyway, so your power comes into the rig, you know, one of those three ways. From the battery, from the pole, or from a generator. Your rig always has a 110 volt system and a 12 volt system. And it varies a little bit here and there what might be 12, what might be 110. But in mine, which is very, very common, let's see, the refrigerator is propane or electric. And when it's on propane, it requires 12 volt for the igniter because it's actually a burner. They somehow, through wizardry, take flame and make cold. I don't get how that works, but that's how the fridge operates. All the lights are 12 volt. They're all little LEDs. All the lights in the ceiling everywhere. The water pump is 12 volt. So if you're using that, even if you're on shore power, everything else is still using 12 volt for that. Everything. The pump for the toilet, 12 volt. Everything in my rig is 12 volt with the exception of the television, the air conditioner, the microwave. And then if you run the fridge on electricity, that's 110. And there's a 110 water heater also. So other than that, most of it's actually 12 volt. You're taking the big power from the pole, the generator, or actually for me, it's just those two things. And it's inverting it and charging the battery. Okay, so the battery that came in it is a marine deep cell, deep cycle, whatever you want to call it, battery, 12 volt. It already died. And then I went and bought an AGM. And AGM is gel-based instead of lead acid. And I'm not an expert, so go ahead and correct me down below. I bought an AGM battery, which is better, but still small. And AGM still discharge better than like lithium ion or something like that. So what you want to do, now I'm finally getting to the point, I apologize, is you really want to go lithium ion on a camper if you can. It's a lot of money, but if you can do it, lithium ion is better. And what Goldenmate sells is a giant, I'm an idiot, so I would call it double battery. Like it's a big battery that it's 12 volt, 200 amp hours, 12.8 volts, 200 amp hours. I'm looking at it right now in the box. And it's big. So big that my current battery tray is not going to fit, so I have to buy a battery tray. Actually, I already did. I went online and looked, and my favorite electrical accessories company is NOCO. I've talked about them before. I don't work with them. They don't know me. There's no relationship at all. But, you know, I have the NOCO jump packs, chargers, all that stuff, whether it be the little one that Harley-Davidson makes or the big one that you can buy from NOCO. I carry those in my tour packs in case you got to jump a bike or something. But NOCO makes a giant battery box. That's the right size for this battery. So $105 here the next day from Amazon. I have NOCO's battery box now. So now, let's go ahead and open the battery, take a look at it. I still want to charge it overnight, tonight on my charger. My charger, which is a NOCO charger, does 12 volt. It does, I think it says AGM, and it also does lithium ion. So I'll be able to do a deep, good, full charge on that thing overnight before I take it, swap out the battery box, drop the new battery box, and put the new battery inside there. So let's get at it. All right. Goldenmate. Go. It's like a theme. And then we got a gold knife, too. So, I mean, you know, hey, there's a buddy Tom gave me that for my birthday. So it seems like even though gold is not my thing, it's like following me everywhere I go, you know. So let's go ahead and get this guy. I have one hand. I'm not good at this one-handed. What are we doing? All right. All right. I already took one box out of this. There's this box out of another box, and then you open this box, and then now there's styrofoam. And woo! All right, let me get this out. I'll be back. There you go. Goldenmate. LiFePO₄ 12.8 volt, 200 amp hour, 2,560 watt hours. So she's got what I need to have lots of good juice for the rig. This came specifically, one of the things that's kind of popped up is the motors burned out on my slide recently. You may have seen that in an earlier video. Before I was going to Sturgis, had to pay $1,000 to have a dude come out with his little guy who can get up on top of the slide and get in the back and change the motor out. Fat guy wasn't going to fit. So one of the things that can kill your motors, I don't know what happened this time, but if you try and put your slide in or out off the battery and there's not enough amps, evidently that can burn the motors out because it's working so hard without enough juice, and evidently it'll kill it. It's what I read. The mechanic didn't tell me that. I actually read that online. So, you know, if it's online, it's got to be true. So this box I bought, again, from NOCO on Amazon for $105 shipped, and it looks like it's plenty big enough. I'm going to drop it in here. The battery's got go handles, too, which is awesome. I feel like Vice Grip Garage. Drop this in and then put the charger on it, and then we'll pick this up tomorrow. First, I'll show it fitting in, and then we'll go and flip this stuff out. Like a glove. So we got the new battery down in the box. Now I'm going to go ahead. Oh, that's another thing about this NOCO box. If you have a boat or something like that. So the lid, you know, plops on. It's got these cool, you know, star, screw, handle, whatever the hell you want to call it, screws that just, and that's how you secure down the lid. So my old battery box is like a strap over it, and it's just a pain in the butt, and you can never get the thing on and off when you want to. So this is going to be cool. So, all right, let me throw this on the charger, and I guess charger, and when we get back, we'll be at the rig, flipping them out. Day 2 of Operation Mo Better Battery. I am at the storage lot. Now, let me make you all cry. I've said this before in a video. Because I'm a village resident, $65 is what I pay for 24-hour security, under camera surveillance, dump station, wash station out there. Yeah, I know. All right, go ahead and wish me terrible things. I don't know what it's like where you live, but in South Florida, 36-footer is going to be like $350 a month to store it. Yeah. And I have an HOA. I can't just put it in the driveway. Anyway, so here at the storage lot, I've already mounted my battery box. I still think I'm going to do one last precaution that I'll have to go to Harbor Freight or something like that for. But giant double box, I'll show you. So there's my big NOCO box. I'll put a link to that if you're trying to do something like this yourself. But I really like it's freaking sturdy. I got a couple lag bolts in the back, some nuts and bolts in the front. She's on there. But I'm going to drop the battery in and wire it up because I'm excited to hear how quick the generator starts on this big battery versus that one single old AGM, which I'm going to keep. You know, you never know. You have issues, you might want to have a spare, or, you know, I'm not getting rid of that. That's also a new battery. I just bought that at Camping World. I think I paid $300 and some for it. As you can see, it has hermetically sealed itself to the old box. I'll have to cut that off. Seriously, it won't come out of that box. I had to pull the box off to get the damn thing out. Which from the factory, the box was only on with like 2 rusty screws. Just screws, no washers, no nothing, just 2 screws down through those cross beams, and that was it. So now we got serious hardware holding it all on. So next step's going to be, why did it take so many tools? I'm an idiot, right? Drop the battery in and wire it up, and then the lid to this thing is cool. I don't know if I already showed this. I can't remember if it was yesterday. The lid goes on, and there's like hand screws that, you know, tighten it down. I probably need to run some holes in the floor for drainage. I have my drill, obviously, so I think I might need to go pop, you know, a couple little holes, because water will frickin' build up inside these battery boxes in Florida because of the amount of rain that goes different directions, which is about to happen to me now. So, all right, let me knock this out. All right, still got some zip tying to do, secure lines, but I like these little like divots that are in that case a lot. The wires are gonna pass nice. I'm gonna still like zip tie them up, of course, and make them nice and clean. But you've got openings for wires and, like, you know, every place you could possibly need. So let me go see if we have power. I have no way of knowing. When you disconnect the battery, it killed the generator. So maybe if I would have done the coach power shut off, it may not have, like the bypass, that I don't know, but it wasn't like that. So let's see. There you go. Wow. So that was not a fake reaction. Here's some juice. She started up quickly, so now that the 110 is running from the generator, or will be in a second when the inverter kicks on, so it only used the battery to start the generator. Then the generator is going to start running everything inside the inverter and also start charge the battery back up, though I left it on the charger all night last night. So let me button this up, make it look nice and clean, and then there you have it. There you are. The last thing I was going to do was going to go to Harbor Freight and buy a ratchet strap, just because, you know, why not? You know, so now it's bolted down in 4 places, but I also just for a last ditch run a ratchet strap around the whole thing and the cross beams in the frame, and just, it's not cranked down tight, just a little cinch there so that it extra, because, you know, when your shit falls off, it just does. I don't know. I'm an idiot and cause my own problems, I know, 99 times out of 100, but I'm trying to be better, and I'm trying to do things that I think might help prevent my own stupidity from whatever. I'm rambling. So here we have it. Amp hour, double battery, all the kilowatt hours I said earlier, lots of power. I think that thing retails for somewhere, but it was on sale. I think it was on sale for $6.99. I don't know if it still is by the time you see this video, but it was. But that's a whole lot of battery. And price seems, it makes sense, because that AGM, which is nowhere near as good as a lithium ion, I think I paid like $350 for it. So do the math. 2 of those are not nearly as good as this. So there you go. So I'll put the link and all that stuff to the battery and the NOCO box. Again, not a deal or anything, no sponsorship or any of that kind of fabulous stuff. Just thought you might like to know the kind of stuff that I use and things great. That's the extra strap on that I got there. So what do you think? Comment down below. Do you want me to see me do more stuff to Big Karen, the RV, which that's her name now. She's such a pain in my ass. My old F-250 was called Big Karen, but she's Big Karen now because she's a pain in the ass. Anyway, still got to deal with this. Blowout in Iowa. The spare is lovely, as you can see. But I already paid for the tires. Got to do a swap-a-roo before I head to do more RV stuff. Is that interesting to you? Do you care? Do you not care? Should I shut up? Probably. But, you know. All right. Take care of each other out there. Love y'all to death. Bye.